Live from the Toad Hop Network studios
in Hollywood, this is the ToadHopNetwork.com.
It is strongly addictive.
Radio worth watching.
Radio worth watching.
Bale, Michael Caine, Marion Cotillard, and anyone else who's appeared in the Nolan joint are rumored to be in the cast. Casting rumors, Brad Pitt killed Jesus, or at least washed his hands of it. Brad Pitt is said to be interested in the lead role in an upcoming biopic about Pontius Pilate. The film is set up at Warner Brothers. The eventual protests by the Catholic Church are being set up across the street next to the Taco Bell on Olive. I'm Ken Napzok, and those were your Schmoes Know headlines.
Hey, Kenny crushing it tonight. Look at you with that. Look at that face.
You're so serious.
Did you see that face you made?
I'm the Walter Cronkite of mush.
That's what we start calling you, mush.
It's so damn fast and clear. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. By the way, I apologize to you, my friends. I referred to you as Joe the intern, and we of course, you are Shoesy Pants, and I apologize. You have your own poster now. So, Shoesy Pants, congratulations. Thank you.
Shoesy Pants.
Shoesy Pants. Start wearing my own T-shirt.
He may act upset at that nickname, but he is soaking up the attention.
He doesn't look upset.
Love it.
He loves it. I mean, look at that poster.
I love it more than anything.
At Matt
He's
Brown.
actually like blushing a little.
I want
bit.
that poster
His
framed.
cheeks are a little rosy.
It's great. Matt Brown at Call Me Roy, I believe, did it.
At Call Me Roy.
Call Me Roy did it. He did the poster. And it's great.
It's a thing of beauty, is what it
great.
is.
But all right, Shoesy Pants. Enough about you. Let's talk about the news that you had mentioned, Ken. There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, we'll get to the Razzies before we get into the Oscars. The thing that I thought was the coolest, and I don't know what you guys think about it. Frank Darabont, doing Godzilla. Look, this excites me. I'm excited about it. Yeah, and it's a rewrite. It's a rewrite because Mark Reilly.
It's a final rewrite. Yeah.
Mark Reilly, our writer and good friend of the show, he was the one who told me about it, and it's a rewrite of the show. And what scares me.
Article.
What's that?
It's my latest.
Oh, it's your latest. The latest article. It's cheap plug on schmoesknow.com. But if you do a rewrite though, does it mean that it sucks? And they're like, holy shit, we need Frank Darabont?
Not necessarily. That's not how the writing in Hollywood works for big budget pictures. They'll bring in 5 to 6 writers, and this is just the final sweep. I look at it as...
But Darabont, though, it's not a final sweep. It's just like, we need someone to touch it up. You bring Darabont, that means because someone shit on the page.
Riley, get in here.
Yeah, can I chime in? Because what I read, and the reason why I made my article, was that he was brought in to really punch up the characters.
Yeah.
And that supposedly the rumor is that it takes the point of view is an army soldier who, whatever he has to do with Godzilla, it's about his story. So,
but it's not Matthew Broderick type story. We're doing a real story, and Godzilla's could be almost like an anti-hero, not just some stupid lizard that got out of the basement.
Sure.
He's smoking in the alley, going, "I got this."
Who's calling Andy Serkis?
Right? That's right.
I'm sure. I have faith in it because of that, because it's Frank Darabont.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Tiffany, do you give a shit about this movie? Be honest.
Unless it's Andy Serkis playing him.
Really?
No.
Do you care about Godzilla?
No,
you never have.
Joe,
I don't know.
Shoesy Pants is a big Godzilla guy. You have actually other ones on VHS that were made in the past. Yeah. Are you comforted by this news?
Yeah, it's fine. But the more names that I like that I hear that are attached to this, David Goyer was attached to this. And now Darabont coming in. Sign me up.
It gives you confidence.
Yes. My first article on schmoesknow.com was about the new Godzilla movie. So sign me up. Let's sign you up.
All right.
We've got a hand raised in the back over
there. The chair will acknowledge Wild Man Josh Macuga.
Yeah, Wild Man Macuga.
Whose pants are already off.
Yeah, Wild Man Macuga. Stick your mug in there.
All right, let me just throw something out
Shoesy
here
Pants, what do you do?
About Godzilla.
Yeah.
P. Diddy and the Wallflowers
ruined him.
That never happened.
Ruined Godzilla.
Never happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we all played Rampage.
Oh yeah. That's what you want. That's what you want.
That's what
right.
we want.
Yeah.
Okay. We want a giant lizard destroying a city.
But isn't that Pacific Rim now?
That's what I'm saying. We saw the previews for Pacific Rim where basically Transformers now fight
Voltron, dude. It's Voltron. It's Voltron versus dinosaurs.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So now you have Power Rangers transforming, fighting Godzilla, calling it Pacific Rim, and you're like, well, you know what? We're going to counter that with Frank Darabont. Listen, Frank Darabont, awesome.
Yeah.
You're still doing Godzilla.
I don't know. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but it's the same reason you can't be just overly tainted on the prequels for Star Wars. You have to have some faith. And I think that there's going to be... I'm okay with Godzilla. And anyway, but this is not a Godzilla podcast. Let's move on from what we were talking about.
John McClane in it.
No, because then you're going to... At this point, John McClane's lost. All right, so were there some other...
Christopher Nolan, that's kind of big news.
The Nolan story, I love
which is
that.
a crazy, mind-bending sci-fi.
Yeah.
Spielberg was attached
like
at some...
nothing he's ever worked on.
It sounds so... But it's his brother wrote it.
Okay, would you rather he be like, it's a children's adventure?
I'm excited. It's just like...
It's a rom-com.
Yeah, it's a rom-com.
You know you're going to be so excited. You're going...
I totally am.
I want to see it again tomorrow in IMAX.
Is that how I sound?
To me. I'm going to spit in your hair.
I feel like everyone was so nice to me, and now that I'm permanent...
throwing her out of the clubhouse with just over...
Let's spin her hair.
That's a new poster.
Trying to make me cry on the first episode.
Leanne, if you're out there, the new poster is "Let me spit in your hair." All right. So, all right. Listen, I love Inception, and I love Nolan. I just. What he's done also with Hans Zimmer, to me, is they just have this great relationship. But I can just imagine what this time travel aspect. I love time travel, and I love the fact when I read it, it's based off the theories of this dude of relativity and how and I'm fascinated by that stuff. So
you do. His first child was actually named Time Bandit Harloff.
Good. Yeah, it is true. Well, not my future son. See, that's why I want to set it up. So anyway, it's I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Like. Kidding aside, Tiffany, how do you feel with Nolan taking upon a time travel movie?
I think it's perfect for him. I mean, I think that he does something so well with concepts that other people would just get totally garbled up. Yeah. And I will be there at midnight, and I will probably see it 3 times after. He's one of those directors that I feel like I interviewed him when for Dark Knight Rises, and I just sat there and was like, like, I just want to soak up everything you're saying to me.
This is what we're going to get from her, too, by the way.
And then you were asked to leave the junket.
Yeah, it's true.
No, I was really calm, and I walked out.
Could you not sit on his lap next time?
I know. This is what we're going to get from Tiffany, though. She's going to be like, oh, yeah, when I interviewed Scorsese, he told me that. So we prepare for that, Schmoeville. Anyway, let's take a call from Schmoeville real quick. I want to hear from you guys before we get into the Oscar stuff. I know everybody's kind of geared up and ready to go about it. We're still talking about the movie news. You're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, guys. It's Matt Brown.
Hey, Matt. What's up, dude? How are you, man? The man who is responsible for the Shoesy Pants poster. How are you?
Look, you can't throw out a name like that and not expect something from one of us.
Of course. You guys, again, Schmoeville, if you're new to joining the podcast or if you're new to us, we have a battle going on in Photoshop between Leanne and Matt Brown, and they are both fantastic at Photoshop. Make sure that you follow at CallMeRoy88. He is a very talented guy on Photoshop. What do you got there, Matt? What's up?
Well, I'm going to try to call in later for the Oscar stuff.
Yeah,
but
what's up?
For now, Nolan, there was a feeling after I saw The Dark Knight Rises for like the 3rd time in theaters. A feeling hit me that he doesn't have anything lined up, and that made me sad. And when I read that he was doing anything, I got excited. And then when I heard what it was about, I'm like, this is perfect. I just seen something like, because you look back at some of his movies like Memento or Insomnia. I mean, they're great, but it's stuff like Inception and The Dark Knight Rises where he takes such big themes and such concepts that he really shines and takes a story that could suck and makes it amazing.
Sorry, my phone's going off in the background. It's Chewbacca. I'm like trying to listen. I know. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen to Matt's point. Chewy's going bananas back there.
I was a little from my earshot. It actually sounded like the Oliphants in Return of the King. I was a little nervous.
So let me tell you how pissed off my wife gets at 3 a.m. when fucking Chewbacca's screaming from the living room. Anyway,
but Matt, you had some great points.
Yes, thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate it. And thank you for being such an ongoing presence in Schmoeville. Really appreciate it.
Your Photoshop kicks butt.
Thanks, dude.
I said butt.
Yeah, you did. That's why I giggled.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are talking to Christopher Nolan movies. Kenny, give me what's one of the other stories you had?
Oh, you want to go into the Razzies now? Talk about the.
Yeah, let's do Razzies.
There were some things in talking to you off air that you actually think the Razzies kind of got it wrong and were a little too harsh on some things this year.
I think the Razzies took it easy this year, and I think they went on look. We all know Twilight sucks. We all know it sucks. I mean, if they're giving the Razzie as a collective thing, sure, nominate Twilight. That's fine. But let's be honest. I didn't see it from what I hear, from what everyone.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it. I had to miss it. Ellis saw it. I listen. It's like sitting
You're the
through.
fan.
No, Ellis was the fan.
Oh, Ellis.
Not me. Me? Have you watched my reviews on this?
Did you ever hear that story that we were doing stand up at 3 a.m. at the Laugh Factory?
Yeah.
And he was like, I enjoyed the Twilight, and I punched him like really hard in the shoulder.
Oh, good.
And he just like kind of got hurt.
Yeah.
He was like really pissed at me.
I'm sure he was.
More exciting stories by Josh Macuga later in the evening.
But no, the thing was,
I'm bombing.
It's true. It was more of a. It was anyway. So you go to the Twilight movies, and yes, as collectively they're shit. But the last one, everyone's saying that it was okay, and even Ellis was like, "It's fine."
You're saying it was an easy target. And
Yeah, it was an easy target. And it's like they keep going. It's like you don't go after that one.
Honestly, the last one, and I have seen them all. I will admit it. Read the books, saw the movies.
And did you think it should have been nominated for Razzie?
Of all of the movies of that series, no, this one was the best one.
Yeah, and then again,
that's
like,
not saying a lot.
And by the way, the tattoo we can't see from Tiffany is a Bella tattoo. So.
Yeah, that's right.
That one's on my butt cheek.
I one time made out with a girl who had Bella tattooed across her stomach like Thug
You should have
Life.
stopped mid-kiss and ran.
Which I did.
You should have left the alley you were in and gone back to your apartment.
And then there's other ones that got nominated too. Like Battleship got nominated.
Would you actually kind of?
Battleship was
I
bad.
liked Battleship.
That's what I'm hearing.
Battleship is not a good movie. It's not a great movie. There is some horrific acting in it. Horrific.
Rihanna.
Horrific. But yes.
And she was nominated for
Rihanna or
Razzie.
Jessica Simpson? In acting.
Rihanna.
Okay.
Rihanna. But the thing is, again, there were tons.
Employee of the Month versus Rihanna in Battleship.
Rihanna.
That's a hard one for me.
Jessica Simpson actually creating chemistry with another person on screen is brilliant.
Yeah, well, Dane Cook doing anything. Rihanna is, but Rihanna doesn't. But look, the whole thing, that movie is not as bad as some of the other shit out there. And then it was That's My Boy, which look. Adam Sandler makes garbage for the last couple of years.
Jack
he's
and
made
Jill,
horrible.
Yeah,
this one, look, it was bad, but it wasn't worse than Resident Evil. House on the End of the Street.
Right.
Silent Hill.
Piranha 3DD.
Piranha 3DD should have won every category.
Should have been automatically put in the Razzie Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And I think they literally do it. Again, Kristen Stewart getting nominated for The Huntsman, and it's because she banged the director. They punished her. They said, look, now everyone's going to talk about it again. We're nominating you for this just to let you know, don't fuck marry dudes. That's what they did.
Is there a difference between the People's Choice and the Razzies?
That's
viewership.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
viewership. Right.
One of our schmoesknow.com writers, Chip Dornell, worked for the Razzies for about 15 years.
Right.
I'm trying to get some insight on that. Every year they do get a celebrity.
Can he get Macuga into?
We're trying to send a Schmoes Know podcast media entourage over there.
To go, we'd love to have them go over there and check that out. All right, let's take a call from Schmoeville and have them talk about the Razzies. We're at 323-622-8623. Call in. Let's see. Who would you nominate? I would nominate Premium Rush. I'll tell you that. All right. You are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
It's Max.
Max, what's up, dude? So the Razzies. Who do you got in the Razzies? Who would you nominate? Do you think that they got it right or got it wrong?
Honestly, Battleship was an okay movie.
Right. It wasn't terrible.
Horrible.
Right. What would you nominate?
Something else. What was that?
What would you nominate? What was your worst of the year that you'd say should definitely be in there?
I would have to say Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, exactly. That movie was nowhere to be found, and I don't know why they make 175 of these things.
It should have just gone straight to video game.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
It did right afterwards.
Exactly. It did right afterwards. Max, thank you so much for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And what else did we get? What else is nominated? There was that's the main stuff, right?
1,000 Words, which was I think they're
Eddie
going to
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
The Ooglebees are
Oogie Loves, the big
whatever.
balloon adventure.
Give them everything.
Yeah,
let them win.
You're breaking kids' hearts there.
No, you're not, because none of them saw it.
That's true.
It made $1.95. It made the
worst, right?
Is it worse than Pluto Nash? Close to it.
I think so. Pluto Nash, like I said last week, still owes us money.
Wow.
So it's close between Pluto Nash and Oogie Loves.
It's very true. It's really, really bad. And there's another one. This is another one that I hated. This is Joseph with WYTHE tweets in Ice Age 4. That was nowhere. That movie was awful. Where in God's name is that on the list? And look, the Razzies got it just as bad as the Academy did this year. They
It's
did.
a controversial award. People's Choice Awards are the only true and honest ones.
No, that is not
And
true.
the MTV
That is not
Movie
true.
Awards.
The Nick Jr. Awards for the surfboards.
That would be the You Reviewers Awards, my friend.
Oh, that's right.
The You Reviewers
Perfect
Awards.
transition.
That's a good transition.
You
You
were
Reviewers
waiting
Awards,
for
if you
that one.
it sure was. The You Reviewers Awards, if you don't know, Mark, myself, and Jeremy Johns came up with an award show where we have other movie reviewers on YouTube. We kind of, I don't want to say speak for the people, but we have our opinions that you have from all over the country, these different opinions of movie reviewers who talk about movies and vote on movies, and then we put on a show. So we're going to do it again this year. And Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, and John Flickinger from the Flick Pick are flying into LA, and they're all three of them are going to be on the podcast next week.
That's right.
And
So
all
that'll
three
be
of them
fun.
are staying in Mark's living room.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think just Jeremy, but maybe who knows?
If you'd like to meet those guys, go to the BWW across the street. They'll be
true.
there after the show, I'm sure.
it's absolutely true. So, all right, is that what we got for?
That's pretty much big. I mean, a
That's
lot of people in the nerd world buzzing
Yeah.
about Jurassic Park and IMAX 3D. That's going to be kind of cool. Week
That'll
engagement.
be fun. That'll be fun. But
Right?
but we should talk about we should start to tease the issue at hand for this podcast.
Yeah.
This morning I was on the Heidi and Frank show on 95.5.
Did a fantastic job.
Great
man.
job.
Thank you.
I watched
Thank
it
you
from
very
much.
Thank you.
I watched it from my phone while in bed.
did
I
not
appreciate it. It's
think
kind of
so.
creepy, but I
feel
appreciate
closer
it.
to
I
you
like
now.
it. If you want to see the interview, it's on if you go to youtube.com/Schmoes
staring at
Know, it's on the main page there.
making eyes.
And we talked about the Oscar stuff, and I knew that the Oscar nominations was going to be something we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought for like a couple seconds, and then once you saw all the snubs and everything that happened today,
Yeah.
holy shit, man!
What happened?
Yeah. Hey, Josh the intern is in the studio now. Josh, come over here and stick your mug in here, and don't scare anybody. You can put it over there.
going on,
Okay.
everybody?
Hey,
Remember,
Josh the intern.
Only last week was a female allowed to sit on your
Yes,
head. So please don't ask.
That will not happen
Yeah.
this week. I can promise you
We've already
that.
got the paperwork signed
I can
here by
promise you
Tiffany.
that.
Yeah. Do not touch our co-host. Okay.
Invitation
Yeah.
to any guest.
By the way, can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
How was your reaction in the last week after Kristen DeLuca sat on your lap as part of the contest?
I made sure
There's too much guy energy going on in here. When you're asking, what was your reaction after that girl sat on your lap?
Well, I'm trying to get to the point here.
Well,
I don't know if I want to hear out loud what his reaction was.
Last week you heard it. It was.
Your
scientific
friends
I
back
was way
home.
too close to that reaction, and now I feel like I need to take a shower.
How do you feel Kristen DeLuca felt? How do you feel? How do you feel she
How do you
felt?
feel?
All right.
Anyway,
Josh the intern. So I have a question real quick.
Okay.
So we have a guest here today. Is our guest here? Don't say if it's a girl or a boy. Yes.
the person in question.
I just saw that person in the
The
hallway.
person is
They can
here.
sit on your lap
person
today.
in question is
Is the person ready to go after the break?
yes.
Okay. So Josh the intern is going to bring in our special guest today that we have to talk about the
The
Oscars.
tension in Schmoeville is
It's gonna be
rising.
fun. It's gonna be fun. It's it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a nice conversation about the Oscars, and we're also gonna do tweet a celebrity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff going on in Schmoeville. And let's talk about Ripped Apparel real quick before we
Yeah.
go to break.
I like that ripped
I
shirt.
don't even know what the hell it is. I think that this one is Supernatural, but it's like with the Monopoly
Yep.
on it. Is that what it is? See, look at that.
That's my guess.
There's a lot of cool stuff, and I have my sweatshirt that I've been. This thing, I don't even know how bad it smells. I've been wearing it so often. Look at this. It's the Sons of Anarchy, but with Skeletor.
Oh, that's nice. Sons of an Eternia
I want
Snigger.
all of that.
But anyway, it's a Ripped Apparel.
And a ripped hat you got on, which is
Ripped is the whole reason I have any clothes.
the ripped underwear, which
It's
is
awesome.
actually just a
Listen,
ripped underwear.
I have my daughter wearing.
do you know
She has the
that?
Top Gun one.
We're very close.
Yeah, so here's the thing is that you guys, if you don't know, again, if you're listening to the show for the first time, if you've never heard us talk about Ripped, well, then you've listened to the show for the first time. But on the bottom there, if you go on the bottom of the Toad Hop page, you see the Ripped logo. Go on there, check it out. They have shirts for 24 hours, and if you put in Schmoes, lowercase Schmoes, and you'll get $1 off the shirt. It's usually $10, $9. They're fantastic shirts.
And what do you love about the Rip community? Because it's only for 24 hours. When you put that shirt shirt on, yeah, there might be other people in the country who have it, but chances are you're going to be the only one.
Yeah.
I have that the AT-AT shirt you got me. People like, that's cool. Where'd you get it? You can't have it. I just say that to them.
So many times people will tweet in and be like, how do I get that one you had on? You can't. It's gone.
Can't, sucker.
You got to do it now. So and it'll be you only can whatever the shirt is on there right now. You have about another hour and a half, and then 10 o'clock.
We've got a good guest from Call Me Roy 88 on tonight's guest.
Yeah.
Is it David Hasselhoff from?
I'm not saying anything.
Close.
Okay.
I
Thank
might
you.
sit on his lap.
This is what I love about our fans.
While he eats a cheeseburger.
Our fans, by the way, are great. At Canadian Pat 493. This shirt that I'm wearing is Fallout, the video game, mixed with Monopoly. So there you go.
There you go.
I just like I like the shirt. I like the fact it's comfortable. So now I know what the hell I'm wearing. All right, guys, we'll be back. We're talking Oscars. We're talking nominations. We're talking snubs. We're going to introduce our guest, Tiffany Smith, Kristian Harloff, Ken Napzok, the whole Schmoes Know crew here. Be back in a sec. All right, Django and Chain. Now wait a minute. So I'm getting some conflicting tweets here. Hey, Jeff the engineer, are we? So I'm getting tweets that the video is down. The video's down on some sites, but not others. So, hey, Schmoeville, tweet in. So I guess if you're from your smartphone, maybe it's down, maybe it's not. Tweet in and let us know because I want to know what's going on. Some people say they have the video, some people say they don't. You're back at the Schmoes Know Podcast. It's that's right. At Night of Steel 87. That was Django. And at the beginning of the show, beforehand, that was the score from Argo. We're doing Oscar music for in between the breaks. I'm here with Tiffany Smith.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Tiffany Smith, Ken Napzok. All right, so you guys, now, what did you do this morning? Kenny, I know you slept. Now, what time did you hear about the Oscar nominations?
I heard them at 9 when I woke up and listened to you on KLOS.
So I broke the news.
Stop kissing ass.
Well.
How do you think I know what kind of ripped underwear?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so some people on the laptops, the video was working.
And then
so
I got the iPad out, and
okay.
after I Simpsons tapped out for about an hour, I looked.
Tiffany, how about yourself?
At 10.
At 10, so okay. What were your...
I looked at my cell phone and then went back to sleep.
All right. What were your initial reactions when you saw the nominations? For me, when I saw them, as I read them, I was on my way to go to the radio show, so I'm like, oh, okay, nothing got snubbed. And then I started thinking about it, I'm like, holy shit, everything got snubbed. But before we get into the snubs and everything too, Tiffany, how did you feel initially about how the Academy voted this year?
I feel like I had a similar reaction where I read through it and I was like, okay, yep, these were my top choices. And then I started to get further down the list and was like, well, wait, no, there...
Right. Right.
Really?
Reilly, can you bring up the snubs for me?
Yeah.
And maybe and if we can get a list of the nominations.
I got a list of nominations
okay,
for
cool.
you here.
Yeah, I want to get a list of the
I went to a screening of that Beast of the Southern Wild.
How was that movie? How was it?
Did you not see
That's one of the only ones I missed.
So I liked the movie. The movie was fantastic. Really well shot. Everything, the acting was great. And then after it was one of those SAG screenings, there was a Q&A afterwards. And that little girl in the movie is awesome.
That's what I hear.
But the little girl in the Q&A is like Whitney Houston, met Natalie Cole, met Oprah on a plane, just like the biggest diva you ever met. Oh, God.
She's already letting it get to her.
Letting her get. She's 9 years old, and she was just a bitch. And
did you just and did you just take a...
You just call a 9-year-old a bitch? The wild man, that. Josh Macuga.
And did you just take an unwarranted sweep at Natalie Cole from the 90s?
This is what Josh Macuga does.
Dipped. No, but the guy who plays her dad in the movie is the sweetest dude you ever meet.
Music.
He runs a bakery in New Orleans. He's like the nicest guy, and they found him for this piece.
Wait,
of Southern,
what is that?
What is that?
Well, what is that? Can you turn that up just a little bit? What? Why is that playing right now?
Oh no!
Oh shit! Oh shit! What? Look at the window back there, Schmoeville. What do we got? Oh no!
Is that a beard beanie?
It's a beard mask. Uh-oh, tweet in there, guys. Oh, no. Get back. Get in here. Get in here. Uh-oh. Get in. Let it put him in here.
Man.
Tweet in if you know who this is. Uh-oh.
What is happening right now?
Uh-oh.
We're getting it. People are tweeting in.
Wait, don't say it yet. Wait till the music stops. All right, sit down. Sit down. Here he goes. Uh-oh.
Wow.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? The Twitter
He's
board.
taking his clothes
The
off.
Twitter board is going bananas. We're getting tweets all over the place. Is this one on?
You're on.
Bobby's back.
The most controversial man in Schmoeville.
In Schmoeville, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. People are going bananas. You brought back Finstock. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, Bobby Finstock. Bobby, what's up, dude? How are you, man?
D-Nash 13. No, not Finstock.
Somebody cancel Martin Luther King Day.
I'm not sure what my reaction is supposed to be here. I've heard
What is
so
yeah?
many,
All right, why don't you?
so many mixed things.
Well, let me first of all let me
about one person.
Bobby, let me introduce you to our co-host Tiffany Smith.
Well, usually Greek girls with kisses on the lips. Is that
No.
okay?
No.
No.
So
I don't know where that beard beanie has been.
Okay, so what about a handshake?
Where's that ham been?
Probably where the face has been.
Pretty much.
So this is like an invisible barrier right here.
All right, so
As I'm about to touch him.
all right, Finstock is back.
They're there.
This is
They're
We gave
there.
him a
we
little
have-
pat on the back.
A much better look.
we have such a mixed reaction in Schmoeville to you, man. It's unbelievable. Like just to give you. All right, so.
Have you seen this?
Show it in the camera. He talked about it as Stallone mug. He talked
Well,
about
I
it
got
on his
that.
last performance. He actually owns it.
I got that at a Merv Griffin what the
Estate sale?
Estate sale.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah.
No, really. Did you?
No, I did. That's where I got it.
No, did you get it on eBay?
Yeah.
We've got.
Estate sale sounds a hell of a lot better.
Okay. So Bobby Finstock is back. Like I said,
At Stu Thomas, this is where I go and do something else. Hashtag Ugh Finstock.
yeah, but then the one behind it is Bobby Finstock lives. So, you are definitely one of the most controversial guests. We're glad to have you here.
Absolutely. I appreciate
now,
it.
look, the reason we wanted to bring you on is because we're talking about the Oscar nominations today.
I love the
If you want
Oscars.
to take your mask off, by the way, you can. If it gets hot as shit in here, Eventually. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Tweak the
It's a
mustache.
process.
All right. Let's take a phone call from Schmoeville. Then we're going to get into the Oscar nominations and talk about people that we thought deserved it, people that we thought got snubbed. All right. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
This is Patrick from New York.
What's up, Patrick from New York? What do you got, dude?
Do you mind if I give you my snubs for the Oscar?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Jump in.
You know what? Jump in, and then we'll play off of that. Go ahead. What do you got?
Awesome. Okay, I'm not even going to mention The Dark Knight Rises.
You just did, and I agree.
Because I wanted it to be nominated for stuff. I understand why it wasn't. I'm not going to mention The Avengers. I know why it wasn't. My favorite movie wasn't nominated for anything. So the main things, like I'm upset about Ben Affleck for directing, Quentin Tarantino for directing,
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio for supporting,
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson for supporting,
Yeah.
James Spader for supporting.
James Spader is a good one. Yeah.
Looper. I'm surprised at how little recognition Looper got. I think best original screenplay, best editing, and best prosthetic makeup. I thought it deserved that. And I might be wrong in this, but best supporting actor for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I thought he deserved a nomination for that. Yeah, I know it's like playing Bruce Willis, but I mean,
no,
that's fantastic.
There's some good ones. No, Patrick, thank you very much. A lot of good ones. All right, now the one that I think that Patrick left off that I talked about this morning was John Hawkes. John Hawkes. For the sessions. I literally put up a review this morning, and I said John Hawkes was going to win. And he wasn't even nominated.
Yeah, you're out of it.
Like holy shit!
Who's John Hawkes?
John Hawkes is. Did you see Winter's Bone?
Oh yeah,
he was the father in that, and he got nominated. He got nominated for it. Macuga?
He's Kenny Powers' brother.
Oh right. Okay, so anyway, that was a huge one. That got, and like I couldn't believe he plays the guy. He got polio on his forehead, and then he became a paraplegic, and it's just like, but he was so good in it, and the way that it worked, I just couldn't believe he didn't get nominated. Tiffany, who was your biggest snub?
Catherine Bigelow.
The
big
Yeah.
I've said this, but that movie was one of the most incredible films, and I can't believe that she wasn't nominated.
And it's choices of that film. If you have not seen Zero Dark 30, Finstock, did you see it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay,
but I heard it was long.
It is long. It is long, but it is so intense, and the way it starts out, like when it starts out, it's like and that initial choice that she makes, that Catherine Bigelow makes.
She had to fight.
Yeah, I know.
To get
I know.
happen.
It's like all the stuff that happens because of her, and the way that it's directed, the way that it makes. Yes, the what happens at the end, the way they get Bin Laden, of course, is very like it sucks you in, but it's because of the way she shot it. Crazy that her and Tom Hooper is another one. Like, I thought it was in between those two. I can't believe either one. Kenny, what about you?
I find it interesting that Ben Affleck got totally ignored for something. I thought this was his transition year into the Eastwood type of order, but I think they're still he's paying off some kind of sins. Phantoms? I don't know.
No, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I think it was his hairstyle in it.
You think you honestly? Let me ask you, Finstock. Why do you think that Ben Affleck, a guy like a guy like that, like who's been kicking ass directing and has been going around, like if you ask anybody in this room,
acting in that film,
but directing wise, think about directing wise. You have Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and this has crushed it on all three of his shots. And then they basically go, go fuck yourself, is what they tell him. So,
well, I agree with Ken. I think he's still paying off, the people.
Yeah, and you think
the powers that be.
Yeah, and you don't think that they're going to.
He might fall in the same role as Scorsese for
Why that long?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Because he dated J-Lo, guys.
And
it's
is it a Geely thing?
Geely's paying it off.
Is he paying off the Kevin Smith really wrote Good Will Hunting thing? Who knows?
True, but also a long time ago, the guy used to get on interviews and he was drunk constantly and said a bunch of different things about people, and people don't forget those things.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Happens.
Could the Catherine Bigelow thing? I know they nominated Zero Dark 30, but she won last time. It was kind of like had your moment.
It
doesn't matter. It's the movie. It's the accomplishment. That's not the see. But I think what you just said is probably the way they thought of it, and that's not the way it should be thought of.
Because honestly, when I saw that movie, I was like, this is one of. It's so controversial the way it could have been handled, and I walked out feeling like I just want to support our troops, and I felt so. I don't know. It was just I can't imagine why they didn't nominate her. She should have.
It's nuts.
I mean,
I'm now reading. You asked me to look up the snubs, and there's a lot of conjecture out there that because of the controversial nature of Zero Dark 30, they snubbed her, which makes me believe that Zero Dark 30 has no chance of winning Best Picture, which is absolutely shitty.
Yeah.
It's the best picture of the year.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, what else do we got? What are the other snubs though? We got Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is also fact checker Mark Reilly.
Yes,
I'm the fact checker. Yeah, big
Facty
one.
McFatterson.
Yeah, Facty McFatterson. You can tweet me at Fatty Factor McFatterson. Yeah.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio. So
Leo is a big snub that a lot of people were expecting that he would be nominated.
Finstock, you got something on Leo?
No, I have another snub.
Well, who's your snub?
I want to hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
The chicken leg.
What's
in Killer Joe.
Oh, I didn't see Killer Joe.
Has anybody seen it?
No.
Can we all talk about his costume change for a minute? Also, because I don't know if anyone
That's
else
what he
saw
does,
this,
master
but as
disguise.
he's taking his beard off, his beard beanie, he takes his sunglasses out and is like smiling at no one, just sitting here going.
Oh no, he was smiling at someone. There's things he's seeing right in front of him.
He doesn't know.
Everyone missed that, but I enjoyed it.
Do you think though the Django crew kind of undercut themselves? There's so many worthy people that they
but
took their own.
Tarantino didn't get nominated.
Well, I'm talking about acting specifically.
Well,
Jackson.
As much as we joke about Affleck and stuff too, about maybe he did this, I really honestly think that the Academy, for some reason or another, has something against Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if it's something behind
the beach.
No. I mean like something. I don't know if it's like political or whatever the hell it is, but like every year this guy gets screwed.
Phoenix gets not like
that's crazy.
How What did Leonardo DiCaprio do that's so bad that Joaquin gets
well, because they just say, "Oh, Joaquin, he's just a crazy son of a bitch."
Also, it's kind of like when someone does something, they're like, "Oh, we don't want to look like we're not going to nominate him just because he did that." So we're going to nominate him, but he's not going to win.
Right. Joaquin's kind of a poor man, Bobby Finstock, really.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, I think DiCaprio. I mean, he dates every supermodel in the world.
So you just say people, he's got enough
every 3 months. He was on Growing Pains. He was hiding in dumpsters and stuff like that.
He was hiding in dumpsters. What do you mean he was hiding in dumpsters?
They found him in a dumpster.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in real life.
No, not real life.
Depends on what night it was.
Well, yeah.
All right, so let me ask you, Bobby. So we're going past the stumps for a second here, and we'll talk to Schmoeville real quick.
Right.
Now, I hear from the little birds that you have some stories about some of the Oscar winners.
Oh yeah.
Or Oscar nominees? Excuse me. Which stories? Who are we talking about? Which stories?
I have an interesting one.
What do you got?
This is crazy. I mean,
I don't even know what he's gonna say. I just start giggling because I look at Macuga and he's giggling, and I'm like,
I was on a ferry boat in French Polynesia. Right?
Wait, no, you weren't. No, you got to tell the real story.
It's true.
Where were you?
This was about 6 years ago.
What I want you to do for this run, I want you to tell the truth.
This is the truth.
This is the truth.
Listen to what I'm saying.
All right,
let him have his time.
So I'm in a ferry boat in French Polynesia, right? So I'm sitting there, and there's a bunch of people talking like that squeaky language over there and things like that. So I see a white girl off to the side. I'm like, let me go talk to this girl for a second.
Just because she was white.
Yeah, because I was like, I need to speak English with somebody here, even though I probably don't speak English all the time myself. But anyway,
right.
I was like, let me go get her. I'll give her a Goonies reference and try to reel her in.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, hey, Troy was a real asshole in Goonies, right? She's like, yeah, he was the worst. I'm like, yeah, he was the worst. She's like, what, are you here on vacation? I'm
what
like,
year was this?
This was like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay, of course.
So I'm sitting there, and I say to her, she's like, what are you on vacation to? I'm like, listen, sweetie, Disney World's a vacation. We're on a ferry boat in French Polynesia. This is a high-level excursion. And she's like, okay. She was ready to go immediately after that. So I'm like, what happened here? She's like, hey, I'm celebrating getting fired from my job.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what was your job? She was like, well, I was assistant to this director, and he tapped my phone. I'm like the work phone? She's like, no, my cell phone. And I was like, wow, that's pretty weird. So next thing you know, she's sitting there. We're drinking a little bit, hanging out, and she's like, this guy was so weird because he knew everything I was doing. And next thing you know, he'd make me do it the next day on the phones. I was talking to my boyfriend. This guy knew intimate details.
It was Gary Coleman.
No, not real close. But she's sitting there, and then she's like, the boyfriend's like, wait, why don't you? He'll probably have to, make you wash his balls tomorrow. Next thing you know, the guy's like, hey, I kind of need to do this real quick. My arm's hurting. I think I got something going on over there. Maybe you could just wash it off or whatever. The guy turns out to be David O. Russell.
Really? You know what? The funny thing is about this, I've heard some creepy stories about David O. Russell.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that story is true.
So next
I don't know if that story is true.
It's not done yet. It's not done yet.
All right.
So she's like, this guy, I'm washing his balls.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, are you serious?
What self-respecting woman would just do that?
So she's like,
did he offer her a part at least?
No. He fired her directly after it.
Really?
And he goes like this. He goes, here, take these tickets to French Polynesia because you might want to stay there because you'll never work in this industry again. So I go like this.
No, wait a minute.
No, listen.
No,
listen.
This is
I go
enough.
like this.
There's enough of this.
I go like this. I go, well, I pulled a David O. Russell later and tapped something, and it wasn't her phone. So that being said,
enough.
I think she. No, I'm telling you, it's truth.
No.
I also think
Schmoeville. No. Enough.
That part might have been true.
No, wait. No.
She latched onto a circus.
Now wait a minute, Schmoeville. True. All right, Schmoeville. True or false? Bobby Finstock story on David O. Russell. True.
I just got a text that said, "Hey, Johnny Knoxville, take off your effing sunglasses."
All right, let's get to the Oscar nominations now. Speaking of David O. Russell, let's go to directors. Kenny, who do we have in the best director category? What do we got?
Give me a second. I'm reading more tweets on Bobby Finstock.
Mm-hmm.
He is a linchpin of. We got director. We got the director of Amour.
Yeah.
Michael Haneke. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Ben Zeitlin, A Beast of the Southern Wild. Ang Lee, Life of Pi. Steven Spielberg, Lincoln. David O. Russell, and his clean balls for Silver Linings Playbook.
Gross.
Don't gross me, young lady. I didn't.
I just
tell that
did.
Story.
All right, so
I wasn't grossing
you got to
you.
think. You got to think. Spielberg's finally getting it this
You
time.
think?
I mean, let's see.
I mean, he didn't get it for Hook, so you might as well.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see. Where the hell is it? It's on the second page.
Second page, directing. What I find interesting is now that we have 10 Best Pictures and only 5 directors, it makes it a little interesting because some people are going to naturally get snubbed. It's been so over the years, director and picture was connected. It almost got boring and almost got predictable.
I think Lincoln's going to. I do. I think Spielberg's going to get it. I think that there's maybe a chance Ang Lee does, but I'm shocked. If Catherine Bigelow and Tom Hooper were in it, we have another conversation. Right. But right now, you got to say that Spielberg is in it.
Do you think the Academy? This may be a Finstock conspiracy theory. Maybe this Academy set it up for Spielberg to get one.
It's definitely a possibility.
What do you think?
If they're going to set it up for Spielberg to get one, they could have put anyone in the category.
Yeah. We got some Catherine Bigelow's, Affleck. Let's get them out of here. Let's get E.T. in there.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, let's go around the room real quick. Shoozy Pants, who's winning Best Director in your opinion? We're going to do, but let me announce this, by the way, too. We're going to be doing an Oscar show preview, kind of a little more of this once we get Sean Astin in here on February 7th. He's coming back on the show. Sean Astin will be back on February 7th, and a lot of people were asking about that. So just real quick, Shoozy Pants, who do you got in Best Director right now?
It's Spielberg.
Kenny?
I'm going with Spielberg.
Tiffany?
Spielberg.
Finstock? Be realistic.
Yeah, I mean Spielberg.
Okay, Macuga.
What am I going to go against the
guy? Everyone, it seems Spielberg. All right, let's take a call from Schmoeville real quick. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. We're talking about the Oscars. We're talking Finstock. Who do you got? What do you got?
Hey, Schmoes, this is Chris from Florida.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man? What do you got, dude?
Nothing much. Just heard you guys talking about the best directors, and I agree with you, Kristian. I think Lincoln's really going to take it. However, I know you were talking about Catherine Bigelow for Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet. I mean, you have. So I think one of the biggest snubs in the best directing department was Ben Affleck from Argo.
100%.
Because I saw the movie, and I saw it twice, and I was just captivated, beginning to end. Nobody gets killed. I mean, it's just so tense, and there's not a lot of quote-unquote violence. And for me, I was like, I don't think I've ever had that kind of suspenseful, tense feeling from a movie where not a lot of bullets go flying and not a lot of people get shot.
That marketplace,
so much.
That marketplace scene.
Care about this material. He loved it. The cast was great. It was just a fantastic movie. I think he was really snubbed, and it really pissed me off. Actually.
And he just won the Critics' Choice Award, too. So, with that, dude, thank you. Great point, and it's a fantastic point, and he's absolutely right that it is. You are on the edge of your seat, and there's just talking for a lot of it.
That marketplace scene is so tense. You're waiting for it to explode.
Yep.
When they're driving through the protesters. And like you said, not a shot fired, not anything.
Right. Did you see Argo, Finstock?
I did.
And what did you think?
I thought John Goodman was fantastic.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah, okay. Because
I like God Baby Gone. I like the town.
But this movie in general, though, the fact that what the caller just said as well was the fact that it didn't need. And look, Catherine Bigelow, again, it was my favorite movie last year, but it didn't, like, Argo didn't need anything else except Ben Affleck's directing and the way that he did it, like because the script behind it and everything. So you didn't need things blowing up, and you didn't need. It was just about the stress of getting those people out and the way that he handled it with the music and the directing and the angles. Yeah,
and sorry, Ken.
I don't think this was going to be the year that Affleck would have won for it, but it would have been like a nice to nominate to get the ball rolling on that second half of his career.
Yeah,
which he'll have regardless.
Which I agree with, but I also think that we haven't seen the best yet from Ben Affleck.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see more, and then when he gets nominated, he's going to win. It's sort of like Mike Piazza. Yeah, he didn't get into the Hall of Fame the first ballot.
Right.
He's going to get there eventually, though.
I don't know about that.
No, he will.
You think so?
Yeah, he will.
Right,
you can't tell with the PED era.
All right, let's take another call from Schmoeville. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. We're talking Oscar nominations. Who do we got?
Hey, guys, it's Sean.
Hey, Sean. What's up, dude?
Not too much. I was wondering, with all 5 actors in the supporting actor nomination category having won Oscars previously, who do you think has the best chance? I mean, the thing is, I thought Leo had the best chance because, you know, he hadn't won, so I thought it would be his year, really.
Right.
But, you know, with the nominations, I think probably Tommy Lee Jones has a really good opportunity to take home his second Oscar.
Thank you, Sean. I do think Tommy Lee Jones is the front runner, hands down. I think that it's funny because Philip Seymour Hoffman could have been traded out and given Best Actor because it's so close, but, you know, they gave it to that. I thought, if you looked at a review, not tooting my own horn, I thought Christoph Waltz would get nominated just because it's just Tarantino knows him so well. He delivers that dialogue so well. De Niro was good. Alan Arkin maybe is the only other one I could see.
I'm going to go with Alan
You're
Arkin.
going Alan
Arkin.
I love Alan Arkin.
Like, Christoph Waltz in that film is great, but it's not a drastic difference to me from other stuff he's done.
True.
Quentin Tarantino, so I just don't think it's something that crazy.
Yeah, you could say the same thing about Tommy Lee Jones.
But I'm not saying Tommy
I know,
Lee Jones
but I'm saying you could say the same thing about Tommy Lee Jones for sure. But
and I feel like because of Ben Affleck being snubbed, it's kind of like maybe we'll give Argo.
Well, what I think is
something over there.
Maybe.
I think, you know, the fact is that, which is crazy to me, is the only person to win an Oscar with a Tarantino script is Christopher Waltz. Like, no one's ever won besides him.
Christopher, right? Well, what do you mean?
No one's ever won an Oscar.
No one's come out of a Tarantino movie to win. Is that
yes?
Is that true?
Christopher Waltz.
Fact check.
Except Christopher Waltz.
That is correct. You know that?
He didn't even need to check.
Finstock.
I don't think he'll win again, although I think he was great.
Okay.
I think Bob De Niro's going to win because he's finally in a
think they're gonna
decent
give him something?
movie again.
Yes,
you know, it's
really?
not like Little Flockers when
He's finally acting again.
He is.
All right, let's take a break real quick from the not from the show. We're gonna take a real break from Oscars real quick because can we bring up the queue? It's that time, and we're going to tweet a celebrity. Before we go to break, we're going to pick a tweet a celebrity. Everyone has written their names. We're gonna pick it. Then Schmoeville, if you don't know how this works, we tell you the name of the celebrity. You guys tweet them and tell them to get on the Schmo Show. And by the way, if you're on Facebook right now or you're on Twitter, share this show right now and tell people they should be watching. We're trying to build the word in Schmoeville, trying to build it up. If you enjoy the show, please do it because trying to build it every week. And you guys are great on calls, but it's tweet a celebrity time. Do we have the longer version of it?
And we haven't. It hasn't worked yet, but it almost worked. I was grocery shopping in Studio City and was in line behind Allison Brie.
That was true.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, why
true.
didn't you say something?
I called Josh
Susie Pants.
Susie Pants. I called Susie
told him
Pants.
to get down here with your video
I literally
camera.
said, "Get a pen ready, copy this license plate," and she ran off before I could get there.
Yeah, good. That's why we need you, Macuga. Listen.
Every random thought counts, and even powerful people have a Twitter account. It's time to tweet a celebrity.
Awkward-tunity.
No, that's not really
Awkward-tunity. All right, so
I got some trivia, Kristian, if you want to hear.
Not yet. We're going to tweet a celebrity. Did you write everyone wrote their one down? I can't even imagine what Bobby Finstock was. All right, so here we go. I'm going to pick it out. Schmoeville, get ready to tweet before we go to break. And make them count. Make them count. Yeah. Have fun. Do it. It's a way to get interactive with the show.
Retweet the ones you see.
Who the hell is Glenn Howerton?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Dennis.
All right, Glenn Howerton. All right, there you go. It is Glenn at Glenn _HOWERTON, whatever the hell Jeff the engineer is bringing us out of. Dance to it. Take your glow sticks, and we'll see you in a little bit.
I mean, we're robot dancing to tweet a celebrity.
Which one is this? Hold on. Wait, listen to music. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I forget what this is. This is... Don't tell me, because I picked this music today. It's from an Oscar. Oh, this is Zero Dark 30. This is Zero Dark 30. All right.
Seriously, if you've not seen that movie, go.
You got to see. Well, it's coming out this weekend for a lot of people.
And bring tissues.
Yeah.
Because I cried.
It's really, really good.
Movies, and I cried so much in that movie.
It's a good movie. All right, hey guys, we're back on the Schmoes Know Podcast. And again, if before we went to break, we did the tweet a celebrity, and it is Glenn _Howerton. Make sure if it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, make sure you tweet. I gave Kenny some shit before, and then I realized who it was. I actually really like the guy. I think he's pretty funny. but I want to.
You never like who gets picked from the hat unless it's who you wrote down.
That's true. Well, no, you say that, and I'm going to read. We haven't done this yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the other choices.
Oh, you're going to reveal?
I'm going to reveal the other choices this week. We've never done this before.
A little behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I want to see. Great one, Ben Affleck would have been a great one.
Yes,
it's an Oscar special, and you want to just meet one of your nerdy fans.
What you didn't know is that Finstock and Affleck went to Umami Burger 3 nights ago.
Is that true?
Split a truffle burger.
Yeah.
Said, come on the Schmoes Know podcast. Affleck was like, I'm screening Gigli at LACMA.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. He couldn't do it.
Then they just stared at each other's beards.
Another good one, Mark Duplass.
Oh, that's a good one in there, too.
That's a good
one. Did anybody
one.
see Safety Not Guaranteed?
I did.
Loved it.
I really liked it a lot. My problem was I think people blew it up for me so much that by the time I saw it, I was like, it's good. Is that what you said, too?
We talked about that with Movie Rise.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do the Schwarzenegger voice. It's good.
It's good. People keep telling me and they're saying the same thing, that this movie is safety guaranteed. It's fantastic. It's okay. It's time travel. Is it not time travel? It's the guy from The League. Who cares? All right.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect Schwarzenegger.
At Emmy Rossum was a good one. Yeah.
She's hot. She's good.
Shows her boobs so much
every day.
At Michael Chiklis. At Michael Chiklis is a good one.
The commission.
Is a good one.
We're gonna get the commission here.
I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to take a very wild guess on who tweeted this one. At Lionel Richie.
I was watching the Hello video earlier.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
That's the weirdest video ever of all time.
Can I say something about that?
And Mark Reilly's choice of at Damon Lindelof.
How'd you know?
Because it's you. All right, so
very active on Twitter. I thought he might want to come on.
All right, now before we get into everything else too,
mine should have got picked, right?
That was a good one. Now listen,
I think Lionel Richie went over.
All right, take it easy. So we talked about the Year Reviewers Awards before, and by the way, our own Josh Macuga will be directing it this year as well.
Oh, the kid's stepping up in the world.
He sure is. Yeah. So the thing.
I work out.
It's true. Well, what we do.
He might get snubbed for an award nomination though.
A lot of the people who we get, Mark and myself and Jeremy, we get messages from upcoming YouTube reviewers as far as like they want to get into it, they want to start doing movie reviews, and they say, well, it's really hard, because money wise, like how do you get to these screens? How do you eventually go to screenings? And right now I didn't have an answer for you for a while. Now I do. Like we had this movie pass thing that we have. It really is awesome. Like, and even for people, like I was telling Macuga about it, and Finstock, have I told you about this movie pass thing yet? It's basically, how many movies do you think you see a month?
One.
Well, you wouldn't help. Okay, so right.
In the theaters?
In the theaters,
or like bootleg?
No, in the if you're an upstanding citizen and you follow the rules, how many movies would you see a month?
Probably like 15.
Probably like 15. Okay, so 15. So again,
what bedroom windows do you peek in at night watching their movies?
But look, here's the thing: if you want to see movies, and like this movie pass thing is so great, look at again on the Toad Hop link right there. Movie Pass, you'll click on it, and have I told you enough about this thing yet? Like you pay $30 for it, and you can essentially see 30 movies a month for $30. And you can go. The only thing it doesn't work for 3D, but it works for like any movie you want to go to, and you can go in the morning, you can go at night, whenever you want to go. And it's great. It's good for gifts. Check it out and try it out, and also try it out and let us know. Come back and tell us what you thought of it, because I'm very curious.
Start reviewing your own movies, get your own podcast, and Bobby Finstock will appear.
It's true, absolutely. Perfect, Bobby. You got
You
another.
didn't make that sound effect when you showed up here.
That's true. Well, I want to take one call from Schmoeville. We're talking Oscars. We're talking Oscar nominations, and then we're going to get into another Macuga story. See the same thing, Finstock story, and then hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Oh, hey y'all, it's Cleveland.
I think this is the same clubhouse that Bane came out of last week. Cleveland, what's up, man? Who are we talking about this week? Yeah, that's all he had. He's been working on that impression.
He passed
months. He's working on that for months, and he's like, I'm just gonna say it's Cleveland, then I'm out.
Hang up.
Hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got? What's going on with Schmoeville tonight?
Are the phones down?
I don't know. What's going on?
Is it snowing in space?
It's snowing in Schmoeville. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got? The line's got to be fucked up, right?
There's got to be something.
There got to be something going on with the lines.
This is Jimmy from
Finstock.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Chris Stuckman.
Chris Stuckman. Hey. Chris, what's up, man? How are you, dude?
Not bad. I tell you, it is hard to get a hold of you guys.
Dude, it's been pretty crazy here, but it will not be hard to get a hold of us next week when you are live in studio, my friend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that, so I can actually say hello to Ken Napzok and touch his forehead. That's what I want to do.
Oh, it's sweaty.
Nice. It is very sweaty. So before we get into, I know you have a lot of opinions on the Oscars, the nominations. Did you believe Bobby Finstock's story about David O. Russell?
Oh, fuck no.
No, well, I wouldn't go so far out to say fuck no. I'm telling you, I have talked to him, and it's pretty crazy how true some of his stories are. We're going to get into another one after we let Chris Stuckman go, but before we do that, Chris, so what were your initial thoughts on the Oscar nominations?
Well, I actually watched them live this morning at 8:30. I stayed up all night, and I was very tired, but I was sitting there watching them live, and I was just, as they were naming off certain names, I was like, okay, yeah, they did a good job, but then I had this, in the back of my mind, certain other names were just, I was like, where's Leonardo DiCaprio?
Right.
Where's Leo DiCaprio? And then as they were naming off Best Picture, they kept naming movies that were nominated for Best Picture and Best Screenplay, but not the guy who made it. And I'm like, how does that even make sense? They've been doing that lately. Like, they nominated Inception for Best Screenplay and Best Picture, but not the man who made it.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't understand that.
And it's so crazy. And I don't think there's been a year. I mean, yes, there are years to where they just completely forget people, but there's rarely years like this that they had, like you just said, have nominated the pictures. I mean, remember that was year they did it with like Saving Private Ryan, but it happens every once in a while. They did it consistently this year. Tarantino, Bigelow, Tom Hooper. I mean, it's holy shit. I mean, it's like,
it's almost like they're making some sort of point. I swear.
What is it?
It's some. I don't know if it's to make it exciting. I don't know if Seth MacFarlane was voting. I don't know what.
There's a bunch of old people voting now. They don't know anything better.
But they've always been voting, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This one was crazy. Like, again, a couple years ago with the whole Nolan thing, when Nolan get nominated, you get a lot of fanboys that are going nuts about him not getting nominated. It was like one specific group just saying, "Oh, you guys hate Nolan." This is like it takes shots all around the board.
It seems chaotic.
It's very true.
I also was hoping to see something for Skyfall.
Yeah, you know what? Skyfall's a good one as well to mention. But look, here's the thing: you can say what you want as far as like, oh, it's just because it's a Bond film. It's a very, very well made film.
It's a great film.
Okay,
all right.
I am a Bond fan.
I want to hear.
But of all of the newest ones, it's not my favorite.
What do you like, Quantum of Solace? What do you think? Crazy?
Quantum of Solace
from Russia with Love.
Really?
No, Tiffany, I agree with you. I like Casino Royale better as well, but I just thought that Skyfall was like that Bond movie that just went beyond a Bond movie.
Absolutely,
it was more than a summer blockbuster.
It kind of transcended what we've come to expect from Bonds in the past. To me, it was an actual movie.
Yeah, no, I thought that, and then our buddy Jordan Rowe, by the way, just tweeted in, and he thinks that there's some snubs on Best Original Score, which his suggestions on score were The Master, Beasts of the Southern Wild, and Cloud Atlas. If you looked at my review, I want Cloud Atlas out of my life.
I'm like, Cloud Atlas doesn't get to get nominated.
It's not. It's not. Look, some people loved it, some people hated it, and I'm on the hated it side.
I'm not sure if you realize, but Finstock and I wrote that on Ecstasy.
You wrote that on Ecstasy
6 months ago.
It was good then. It was good.
For what you check on that.
Fact check.
Incorrect. Son of
a. But Chris, let me ask you this then. Right now, then, as snubs aside, as it stands, who's your choice that you think the Academy, not your reviewers, who do you think the Academy is going to pick for Best Picture? Do you have Amour? Do you have Argo? Do you have Beasts of the Southern Wild, Django, Les Mis, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Silver Linings Playbook, or Zero Dark 30? Chris will answer, and then we will go around the room.
Look, this was weird because the Academy was so in love with Beasts of the Southern Wilds this year, and I saw that movie really late, so I didn't review it.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with what your buddy Josh Macuga said. He was like, it was a good movie, and it was, but I just don't feel like it was worthy of a Best Director nom. It was so shaky. It was so, I literally did get a headache from that movie, and that rarely happens. It was a good movie, though. It's just,
But
Anyway,
that's not your best picture. What's your best picture
Yeah, I
then?
know.
Do you think?
Sorry, best
It's all
picture.
right.
I can see them giving it to that though because they've
So
been like.
you think
they
that's
have a
where they're
super
going?
hard on for that movie this year.
It's like the darling.
got
It's
like
a darling.
You think that's where it's going? All
I think
right.
it's the darling.
So Chris Stuckman, a final answer. You think that's where they're going with it this year? You're saying you're on the record saying Beasts of Southern Wild will win Best Picture of the Academy.
No, I think that would be an upset. I think that the one they'll probably pick is Lincoln.
Okay. All right. That's a good poll. A good poll. Okay, Chris, thank you very much for joining us. We really look forward to finally having you in studio next week. Look forward to your viewers, and thanks for calling in, dude. Appreciate it.
No problem. See you next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to Best Picture then. Let's see. I know it's kind of, it's, we don't do it to where the Academy stretches it out all night and then tells bad jokes. We're just going to tell you right away what we think. I am going to agree with Chris Stuckman, and I say that Lincoln is going to win Best Picture.
I think Lincoln as well, with a big apology for 1998, Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, I agree with you, Ken.
Yeah.
That's the makeup. It's the makeup.
Shoesy pants. Lincoln.
It's Spielberg's here.
All right, I'm going to go with you last because I feel you're going to go against the grain. Bobby Finstock.
Yeah, I mean, look, I watched Django last night.
Okay, and you loved it.
Yeah, but it was a little long.
It was a little long. I mean,
They
a lot
didn't
of
say the
movies.
N-word enough for me, though.
Stop
I'm
it.
just kidding.
Stop it.
I am just kidding.
Stop it.
I'm being sarcastic.
All right. So what do you? So then, what is your pick?
I would say Lincoln.
Okay, Lincoln. Macuga.
Just because.
I want to kind of go on a limb here that Zero Dark 30.
Okay, it's a good one.
I just think they won't by any way. The Academy will not sponsor torture.
Yeah,
that's the way they're trying
I
to
agree
say
with you.
it.
I agree with you.
They don't want to make that statement.
And she ain't up against James Cameron.
Yeah,
James Cameron either.
All right, so and again, look, these are kind of unofficial because we're doing our big Oscar special. We're going to be here. You guys, if you didn't know last week, we're going to be watching the Oscars all day. It's going to be a live show. It's going to be like 4 hours. We're going to be here.
There might be like some dress changes or
Oh, yeah.
spandex costume changes
it's
for
gonna be
all of the men in this
yeah,
room.
it'll be really crazy.
I got the leather suit from American Horror Story I'm going to wear.
Yeah. And then, all right, so Josh the Intern, stick your mug in there. What do you got?
I just gotta say it's very rare that a Best Picture doesn't have a Best Director nomination go with it.
Oh, you got Zero
I
Dark
would have
30.
gave it to Zero Dark, but I'm gonna have to get to Lincoln because of that fact.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly right. No, it's a great point. And Mark Reilly?
Facty McFackerson.
Facty man, I'm going to say I'm going to go for Beasts of the Southern Wild.
Oh, you're saying the upset's going to happen?
I think the upset's going to happen, but I'm scared of Lincoln.
Yeah.
So let me just put it that way.
How many people seen Beasts of the Southern
Doesn't
Wild
matter
outside
though.
of Los Angeles?
But that has nothing to do with it. It's how many people in the Academy have seen it, and they all have.
That's the sequel.
Yeah.
I was watching this movie More the other day.
Yeah. That's hysterical,
It's
by
like
the
a
way.
one-shotter with like a lady in a bed. It's bad.
Can I just say that Michael Rodriguez at Mayrod took it upon himself to tweet Ben Affleck and tell him he should go on the Schmoes Know Podcast.
Yes, I support you.
And that will be the first one that works.
Yes.
I'm about to retweet you.
Okay, good. All right, so let's move on a little bit.
What the F, man?
What you cut out to
Oh, Tiffany. Oh, sorry.
Tiffany for last.
Sorry, Tiffany. I did.
It's like
We'll
they
spit
don't
in your hair.
That
was the version of I know.
I quit.
Good. That's all we needed to do was just skip
was
over.
our co-host for one show.
Yeah. Tiffany, I'm sorry. Who do you got?
Yeah, you should be.
I am.
I want Zero Dark 30, but I think they're going to give it to Lincoln.
Okay, so then I shouldn't have skipped you. Basically, is what you're saying.
It's
ish.
This doesn't count for like winning anything
I
when
know,
we play
I know.
the other
I know we're
day.
gonna play later. I know.
Okay, then I pick Zero Dark 30.
All right.
Zero
For
Dark,
now.
it's too controversial, and it's not even really controversial. But it's just that there's too much around that.
It's not. Yeah,
angle of it.
they're gonna it's Spielberg. I want to talk, but I also once we get past like the main things, I want to talk another call from Schmoeville, and then I want to get into the smaller categories. I want to talk about best animation and music and stuff like that too, because I'm curious.
Documentary, short subject.
Well, let's talk. Let's talk to.
I know everything on it.
Let's talk to a member of Schmoeville. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey guys, it's Sean again.
Sean, what's up, dude? What do you got?
Hey, I was actually wondering who you thought was going to win Best Screenplay. For me, it's between Quentin Tarantino and Mark Bowl. Also, thanks for putting up with my impressions.
Oh, dude, your impressions are great. Thank you very much. We know that now, but you gave it away.
You could have kept going.
You could have kept going.
Yeah.
But he mentioned screenplay, and you know who got screwed on screenplay? It was Looper. Looper got screwed. Looper was the most original movie that's been out in years.
Yeah, but it had like 7 writers on it.
Who gives a shit? It's still a script.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how do you not nominate that movie? Like, that's a phone call I want to take from Schmoeville real quick. If you... Again, I'm going to take a call in Schmoeville right now at 323-622-8623 about Looper. If you're not calling about Looper, I unfortunately have to hang up on you. But it's like, so.
I just watched Looper last night for the first time.
And what did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, but writing. Think about the writing.
When I was finished with it, because I write, Mark Reilly writes.
Yeah.
I couldn't have written that movie.
Right.
And when I watch a movie like that, I think that's effing good.
Right. Because you think about it, because it's so complicated. And
Mark Reilly wrote it and sold it.
He did. His name is actually Ryan Johnson. Yeah. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. We're talking about Looper getting screwed. Who do we got?
Okay, Looper, yes. I'm unprepared, but Looper being screwed for Best Original Screenplay, I agree with, because if you go back and watch it a second time, which I've done...
What's your name, man? Sorry, what's your name?
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
This is Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
From New York.
Okay, Patrick.
Hello,
Patrick. All right, Patrick. So you think that if you go back and you look at it,
it's just the way it's like how thought out it is. Like that diner scene between Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. After watching that a second time, you pick up so many things that just lead to like the whole construction of the movie and like and I'm sounding very rushed right now. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. You're doing good.
So,
like runner
it's like you could tell like Ryan Johnson how like each piece of dialogue led to the bigger picture of the movie and how just like he had this like passion, this idea for this cool time travel movie, and just he wrote the role for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and you could tell that like he knew that every part that he had these characters say just led to this fantastic idea that I know I'm running on and on, but I just thought the screenplay was fantastic, and that just the originality, like you said, was unparalleled in recent years.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. It's a good point, man. Thank you.
The official list for best writing original screenplay.
What do we got? Yeah,
is Amour, Django Unchained, Flight, Moonrise Kingdom, and Zero Dark 30. Take Flight out of there.
Take Flight out of there and put Looper in there. Look,
what about Killer Joe?
No, I'm not going to laugh at
Killer
Joe.
Joe.
A lot of people talk, and again, Chris Stuckman, who was another. I think that he really liked it. I thought he just thought it was really weird.
Amazing.
I can't remember, but listen, here's why you get Flight out of there. Look, I like Robert Zemeckis very much. That movie's all about Denzel's performance. That's all it is. It's Denzel's performance. It's a good. You watch the movie, and yes, it's a little bit of a bait and switch when you watch the trailer, but it's all about the way that you're engaged in watching what the hell Denzel does. You don't give a shit about that script. Am I wrong?
Captivating. He's captivating. He always is.
Right. You have a story about Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean, look, I was.
You're gonna tell that story on there?
You want me to tell that story on there?
All right. Which one do you want to tell? Do you want to tell that one or the other one about the woods?
I could tell a couple of them. I mean,
well, no, you got to pick one.
Can I tell the 3 worst jobs in Hollywood real quick before I tell the story?
How long is that going to take?
Take 2 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
1, Matthew McConaughey's dietitian. 2, the poor guys who write for Two Broke Girls who have to like make Kat Dennings remotely funny.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, Tommy Lee Jones' makeup artist.
It's a hard face to look at.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
All right.
He was also Studio's choice for Snake Plissken.
Tommy Lee Jones was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? And then,
is that true?
Yeah. Then Goldie Hawn blew the whole crew, and obviously Russell got the job.
Well, wait a minute now. If I ask Schmoeville to tweet about Tommy Lee Jones and Snake Plissken, will they find that?
Yes, 100%.
Really?
All
right, Schmoeville, I want you to Google that. Facty McFadderson. So we need was Tommy Lee Jones offered the role of Snake Plissken? I need you to find that out.
Well, I can't answer that now, so I'll find
it.
out.
It was a studio's choice.
To the cloud.
All right.
One more trivia thing, which is I think you guys will be really interested in. Robert De Niro, who's nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Or as we call him.
As Bobby. Yeah. So basically what happened was he holds this record.
Okay.
For the actor who put on the most weight for a role, which was 60 pounds for Raging Bull.
Raging Bull.
What jelly donut eating freak
beat him.
Holds that dubious distinction now.
Now, who beat him? You know what? And there's somebody who just got slovenly.
I'm going to go with Jared Leto.
I'll go.
I'm going to go with
Charlize Theron and Monster.
Val Kilmer in life.
Yeah, in life. That's good. Wow. Do you know the answer?
We got a fact check.
No, not the one that we just asked you. This trivia question going on.
Who holds the
Which
record?
one do you know?
Who holds the record for game?
No, not yet. That's not. You're not listening to what's going on right now.
He's fact checking.
What do you got?
What do you got?
Wait, no, I don't want the fact checking. I want to go through this. I want to. Does anybody know? No. Okay.
I guess
what is the
The
answer?
answer is Gabriella Studebaker.
From Precious? No, she was already.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It was.
Who was it? You don't even know?
It was Vincent D'Onofrio.
In what?
Full Metal Jacket.
That's not true.
Absolutely, it is.
All right. So
Check it.
again, fact checked. You have 2 fact checks now. Who put on the most weight as an actor?
Distinction.
So there's 2. All right. So hey,
What do you
listen.
got for Snake? Do we have that fact yet?
Yes,
Is Bobby Finstock telling shit or is it truth?
Snake Plissken was originally offered to Tommy Lee Jones, but he passed.
I didn't say he didn't.
Yeah,
I just said he offered it.
He said he was offered it.
That's true.
He did. Wow, Bobby Finstock. Listen, Bob. Wow, that was it.
So I'm coming to a whole new arsenal this year.
Yeah. All right. So here's.
Can we put
have
on
the weight gain fact?
Yeah,
check,
can
please?
Schmoeville put on a weight gain thing before the Oscars? Whoever puts on the most weight.
No, that's awful.
I just wanted to eat Chipotle a bunch
I'll
more.
tell you right now, it's me.
Yeah. At Jack Tilley. Thanks for bringing in Finstock. He might be a bastard, but he makes for good listening.
Before I got here, I was telling Josh that I got into a fight with a postal worker and deleted 5 of my friends while in the post office
Is that
waiting
true?
online.
Why?
Because under speculation that they're wearing toupees.
All right, listen.
And what I do, my motto is
not right now.
hair pie, yes. Hair pieces, no.
All right, fine. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. I don't know. I don't
even know what some of the words are coming out of his mouth.
It doesn't matter.
How they string together into a sentence.
We don't want you. You are innocent and pure. We don't want you to learn these words.
We don't know her that well. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey guys, it's Matt Brown again.
Hey Matt, what's going on, dude?
I've got 2 things if you bear with me. I just want to say quickly, I think Perky being a wallflower got screwed in adapted screenplay.
100%.
Now, if I can just go back to director just for a second, because I really can't get over this.
Finstock.
He's crying.
I saw that movie Amour that Michael Haneke is nominated for.
Yeah, and you don't think he should be nominated?
Listen, I know how hard it is to make a film, and I respect that. So I only truly hate like half a dozen films.
Right.
That is one of them.
Really?
I hated it with every fiber of my being. When it was over, I vowed I would rather walk through flames on broken glass uphill barefoot than endure that film again.
Wow. Well, before you do that, though, you got to call you out on something. Because what is it? What did you say he likes? What movie is it that he likes to give him shit on?
I said I take everything Matt says with a grain of salt because he liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Ooh, that's a tough one to get over, man. Oh, that's a tough one to get over, man.
Hold on.
That's a tough one to get over, man.
Intern drama.
People hate it to hate it, and it's not terrible.
Yes, it's terrible.
I mean, they're like...
It's terrible.
It's terrible. You can't even defend it, man.
Yeah,
man, I love it.
I know it doesn't matter what I say, but my point is that Amour is one of the most overrated movies I've ever seen in my life.
Fair enough. And look, the director of Crystal Skull is probably going to win this year. So, all right, thank you for the call, Matt. Okay, let's take another call from Schmoeville real quick, and then we're going to talk about some more stuff here. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
This is Patrick.
Hey,
I got a question for you guys.
What do you got, man?
What is Patrick?
Is this the same Patrick?
I figured this was just like a fun little conversation question you might like. And that was, this is going to be a difficult question to answer because obviously you've seen the movies this year, but at the beginning of the year, for your most anticipated movies.
Of this year?
of 2012.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which were the ones that you were certain, you were so excited for that they were going to be nominated for everything? Like for me, I thought like Prometheus. I saw the trailers.
You thought that would get nominated?
This is a hard question. I'm sorry. Which movies?
Tweet it in. Tweet it in, and then we'll go over the break. Tweet in. Just fill out the question. No, don't apologize. It's fine. Just tweet it in, and then we'll go over it, and we'll try to get to it by the end of next break. Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, dude.
Am I the only one that when Patrick calls, I expect his question to be, "Do you like Huey Lewis?"
Yeah. No, I expect Finstock's to be. All right, so let's do this. What do we got? We got we have.
What are the categories you want to talk about? You want to talk about cinematography?
We have 3 minutes. No, I want to talk about animation real quick. Because
What about Sally Field? Do you think she won the supporting
You know
actor?
what? Finstock makes a good one. We'll do animation on the way back because I have a song. I have a song for animation to lead us into it. So let's talk about best supporting actress. There seems to be a battle here. Yeah, we'll talk about original song for sure. There's a big.
Should I read out the list?
Yeah, go ahead. Read the list.
Amy Adams in The Master, Sally Field in Lincoln, Anne Hathaway in Les Miserables, Helen Hunt, The Sessions, Jackie Weaver, Silver Linings Playbook.
Wow. Okay. Now, I'm kind of shocked because everyone now is more shocked at Finstock than before. Andrew Leslie at DrewBaca80 tweets in, D'Onofrio gained 70 pounds, breaking De Niro's previous record of 60 pounds. Poof.
Oh, Finstock! He's a huge comedian.
This kind of changes the axis of the earth because Finstock's 2 for 2 on truth.
It's really kind of creeping me out.
I'm like 85%. Autistic, I told you.
I'm
guys
gonna take a ferry boat ride in French Polynesia and see what I run into out there.
Watch out for the squeaky talking.
A lady who washes balls.
The squeaky talking people. It's kind of weird.
A man has needs, Tiffany.
And you guys want me to tell my Daniel Day-Lewis story?
Here, wait, look. Here's the thing that I'm
actress.
Yes, supporting actress. It's a battle between Sally Field and Anne Hathaway. The reason I think Sally Field should get Anne Hathaway was out of control, amazing in that movie. Like they all sang with like raw emotion, and she was so good. And like that version of that song it's just incredible. The only reason I think she's in it for like 15 minutes, the movie. So but Sally Field is in the supporting role, playing Lincoln's wife, and just nails it.
Do you remember John Hurt in History of Violence?
Yeah, he didn't win though.
I know, but he still got nominated.
I'm not yelling about nominations. Oh, okay. I'm yelling about the win.
Yeah. John Hurt was in The Elephant Man too, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was amazing in that. That's a scary movie.
So anyway, do we have around the room kind of? Do we have time? We don't have time. We gotta go to break. All right, we'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about who we think's going to win Best Supporting Actress. Take a call from Schmoeville, and we'll get into some animation, some other stuff, just in a bit.
Bob Finstock, Twitter.
Welcome back to the Schmoes Know Podcast. Kristian Harloff and Bobby Finstock engaged in a fist fight in the hallway.
That's true.
That's why they're late. And why did Josh lose?
It's an intern competition.
Why did he lose points?
Who gets me beer first?
Oh. See, this is what I love about
I was
Tiffany.
like mildly demanding. I was like, you brought in a beer for Kristian?
Yeah.
And I was
Mildly.
like, excuse me. And you're like, oh, I'll get you a beer too.
Yep.
Mildly.
All right, before we left, hey, it's the Schmoes Know Podcast. Kristian Harloff here, sitting with our new lovely co-host, Tiffany Smith, and Ken Napzok, Bobby Finstock making his return to Schmoeville. The whole crew is here. And we were talking, before we went to break, we were talking about Best Supporting Actress. We were talking about Anne Hathaway. We were talking about Sally Field. I believe everyone thinks that those are the two that. Yeah, and for me, I'm going to hope... And I hate to say because I love Anne Hathaway so much. I'm going to hope that Sally Field wins it. Finstock, how do you feel about it?
Well, there's a couple of things. I mean, look, do I think Anne Hathaway's performance is better than Sally Field's? Yes, probably. But I'm going to base my opinion on one thing. Sally Field's a survivor. She has osteoporosis, okay?
No, is that
so
true?
did her mom.
Wait a minute, is that true?
It's 100% the truth.
Doesn't she do those like yogurt commercials?
She warded off.
Wait a minute, this Jamie Lee Curtis. I feel like Schmoeville's going to do a lot of fact checking.
She warded off Burt Reynolds' sexual advances to the beginning of Smokey and Bandit 2.
That's in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. But that doesn't make her smile.
No, in real life.
How do you know that?
Because I know some people who know her.
Show called Brothers
but
and Sisters,
also
which I love.
The biggest thing about her is she's a real survivor.
Okay.
Which nobody does.
Well, what did
she
she
survived a plane crash.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
You made that up.
No, I swear it's 100% the truth.
This is one we're going to
survived the
call
plane
you out
crash.
And Denzel Washington was flying the plane.
He was.
Okay.
He was. No, Sully Schellenberger, or whatever the hell that guy's name is.
Yeah,
she was on that flight.
All right.
But no, I think that,
so she survived. You're making up the fact that she survived the plane crash.
Yeah, and I think they'll win. I think her body of work. She used to sleep with Spielberg. She slept with I think she had a lesbian relationship with Valerie Bertinelli. There was a lot of stuff going on. She wins, in my opinion.
But we're asking Schmoeville. We're asking Schmoeville if Sally Field survived a plane crash. All right, did Sally Field survive a plane crash? That's the truth.
McFacterson?
She's alive.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's
incorrect.
That is incorrect. Did you check it?
No, I just
check it.
Well, I think you better check. I think you better check again, Facty McFacker. Not right.
What I think Finstock was talking about was that Sally Field played one of the backup singers in the Leonard Skinner biopic. That she survived that plane
Cassie
crash.
Raines or whatever her name was.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh, by the way,
that was the confusion. That's
okay. So I'm waiting to see what Schmoeville says.
Hey, people could check stats. I'm done lying anymore. I'm not lying anymore.
Finstock has turned a corner.
Yeah, it turned over a new
I think
leaf
I'm a good influence
for 2013.
Yeah. Well, all right. So by the way,
tell the truth.
A lot of Schmoeville doesn't know this, and we should tell them that. If you want to follow Bobby Finstock, you can do that at Bob Finstock.
Yeah, because somebody else got Bobby, and unless it's Jay Tarris, I'm gonna.
No, it's just
I'll fight him.
It's at Bob Finstock.
Yes. And two broke guys at WordPress.com.
Yeah, but let's do the tweet first. You can plug later. Okay, so hold on a second. Wait a minute. Lucas Wentz said she really did survive a plane crash. No. Sally, People Magazine, November 14th, 1988. Sally Field and her family lived through a frightening airplane crash on takeoff from Aspen. Bobby Finstock, 3 for 3. Poof. Yeah, so, listen, everyone was saying at the end of last show, this guy's a liar. I don't know if you can say that anymore.
We call this Schmoeville. This is Faxville over here.
I know. The fact guy was screaming out, that didn't happen.
Suddenly that David O. Russell ball washing story is coming into light.
No.
All right. Let's
write it in Elvis to you.
No. I'm trying to cover my ears and I can't do it.
Can't do it.
You got to cover him like Sackhoff does.
Facty McFactor, say what?
Our good buddy Leanne Licota is going to call in pretty soon. No, she's French, but I just ruined it. L.A. Yeah, she's going to call in. I want to talk
racist.
to. What are you talking? How is that racist?
No idea.
Just because you're ethnic.
To say it because I'm ethnic.
Yeah.
Just because you represent two demographic genres for us.
Many genres.
Speaking of the devil, come here. Look at this. This is.
She's Japanese. She got a little Japanese and Puerto Rican.
Leanne actually just did a picture. I'm retweeting it. Watch this picture I just retweeted. It is spitting at Tiffany. It's pretty great. I don't know about the flirting part. I'm going to get in trouble with that. All right, so it just
deflected on me.
My hair is not flirting.
It's gross.
Deflected on me.
If we're like 3-year-olds on a playground.
I know. All right.
Which apparently that's like the reaction that I invoke in some men. So I don't know.
Even Finstock's family's tweeting in. Listen, this is at Joey at BXFiend 1014. Listen, I'm related to Bobby Finstock, and he's never told 3 stories in a row. What does that say about the rest of our life? 2013. All right. So anyway, so Kenny? What do we got next on our?
Let's talk about actress in a leading role.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that. We got Jessica Chastain, 0 Dark 30, Jennifer Lawrence for The Hunger Games, kidding, Silver Lining Playbook, Emmanuel Riva for Amor, some name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, from Beasts of the Southern Wild, and Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts, by the way, in The Impossible was so incredible.
I heard that. It made you cry, right?
Teared up.
And Ellis
teared up on that one.
Teared up a little bit, too.
She's great.
But the problem is, I think, and not the problem, I didn't see the movie, so this is where I'm going to go with the Beasts of Southern Wild. I think the kid's going to win. Normally they don't give it to kids.
No way.
I'm telling you, I think the kid's going to win.
What, because of piano?
What? It hasn't won since a piano.
Yeah.
They haven't seen that in a long time. You would hate that. Stick your mug in there so I can hear you.
Listen, I already called her a bitch. She's a 9-year-old girl. Okay? I'll say it again.
That was such a long time ago.
Okay?
I was hoping that everyone would forget that
so
you
you'd be
said
upset
that.
if a 9-year-old won an Oscar?
Yeah,
just because of that day?
Yes.
But what if she said I was a real asshole?
I'm just saying, listen, I saw Beast of the Southern Wild. Nobody else in this room saw it. Did you see it?
No.
Anybody else? Mark Reilly, did you see it?
Josh the intern saw it. He sees everything.
That was the sequel to Where the Wild Things Grow, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Where the Wild Things Are,
funny.
then Where the Wild Things Grow, and now Beast of the Southern Wild. No, the thing about it is she was great. Did she have a moment like half of these other women in this category?
Right.
No. Just because she was a 6-year-old girl acting well
But you don't.
As a 6-year-old girl,
didn't move you.
She doesn't deserve it.
All right. No, you're very passionate about this.
Sorry,
I don't apologize.
Well,
I think
she's no Tatum O'Neal.
You're no Tatum O'Neal.
Wait, but if you'd
Ryan
gone to the
O'Neal.
Q&A and she was really sweet,
You would have liked her.
Would you be in it?
That's what I thought. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
She was hot.
Josh Macuga is going to make a great father.
This is Allie from PA.
Hey, Allie. Hey, we have a lady on the phone, and you're talking over her, you animal. Allie.
I know.
Allie, where are you calling from?
Pennsylvania.
How are you doing? Yeah, we're in PA.
I'm good. I've been trying to call in like all night.
Oh, well, thank you for calling in.
What you got?
Yeah, what do you got? And what do you think of Finstock?
I was going to say something about I know you guys are going to talk about it a little bit later, but I'm a big like art freak, so I was going to think about animation. I was thinking I didn't get to see the Pirates movie, but I was thinking that Rise of the Guardians got kind of snubbed.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the thing is with that, I don't know if you saw our review on it. I liked Guardians. I think I wanted to love it. I thought it was going to be like the Avengers of like, you know, holiday characters and stuff too. And it didn't have it for me. I honestly, I liked the Pirates movie better than the Guardians, personally for me. But I'm trying to think of other ones I got snubbed. I thought the Lorax was pretty good. I don't know if it got snubbed, but I think the animation they got it right.
Nominated was Brave, Frankenweenie.
Brave, fuck
Paranorman, The Pirates, Band of Misfits, and Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph is the one. That was the music we played coming in. We played the music, right? Didn't we play it?
I like Hotel Transylvania.
Thank you for the call, by the way. I really appreciate it. Thanks for trying to call. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
So real quick before you go, so were you listening to the whole show?
Oh yeah. You guys are hilarious.
How long have you been listening to the show? I'm curious. There's a reason for this questioning.
For the whole podcast, I've been listening.
No. For in general.
Oh, in general, I've been listening to you guys. I think since May, I found your guys like Avengers review, and I've been watching all your guys' stuff ever since. You guys are great.
Okay, great. So let me ask you then, what is your opinion on Bobby Finstock?
Besides being really extremely sexy,
you stop talking.
I think he's I can't remember the episode he was on, but like I think he's hilarious. He's interesting to look at, and he's got I don't know. He's pretty funny though. He does some fat.
It's true. People say he looks like a large-sized Peter Dinklage. Do you think that's true?
Yeah. Do I look like it?
You know, I don't know what he reminds me of. Someone I can't figure out who it is
when he
yet.
walked in with the beard mask, I was dying. I was like, who? I thought someone was going to come like attack you guys. I thought it was hilarious.
I do have a gun. I have a gun.
What a great phone call. Thank you so much, and thank you for being a fan.
Hit me at Bobby Finstock. Get me your address.
Bobby,
I'll come over. I'll see what's up.
Stop that. It's ad.
I thought you said get me a dress, and I was like,
you would. Yeah, you probably would. It's at Bob. I like how you like lick your lips and stare at no one. All right, it's at Bob Finstock. Thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. What a great caller that was.
You know who Finstock is? You guys in The Hobbit. The one dwarf that had the mustache that said when Bilbo tried to escape, says, "Hey, where are you going?" That guy he's in a bunch of movies without being a dwarf. He looks just like.
Well, here's
Finstock.
the problem with The Hobbit. I
What's
don't
his
know
name?
which
Can you find out his
dwarf
name?
you're talking about.
Gilly,
They don't stand
Gilly,
out.
That guy's name?
Well, you
I don't remember
He's
any
the
of
guy that
that.
has.
The guy he's talking about?
He's the guy that has like the serious Irish accent. I forget his name.
Can I just bring up my favorite part of the fact checker? Like this is Mark Reilly has officially become like our fact checker. So I said, so who's the guy that Josh is talking about? He goes, I don't know.
I will say that next podcast I will have my computer open.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, because my Galaxy Samsung 3
not doing it for you.
The 4G fucking sucks.
Right, well, thanks for nothing.
Not a sponsor.
Okay,
It's
so
usually on Googleable.
Should we go around and pick our best actress? We didn't decide that.
What
Best actor?
What about best actor?
we didn't do best actor.
We're gonna get
We'll
to
do
that.
that next. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jessica Chastain. She's got that. I think
hope so.
that's
She got
going to
Critics'
be
Choice tonight too.
that's going to be the apology
Is it
for
me too, by
Catherine
the way?
Bigelow.
When a woman is that like good and talented, like yes, she's normally pretty, and she just becomes like uber sexy for how talented she is. Like she's like
Yeah, I think your wife agrees that that's the case.
My wife would
James
agree.
is sexy.
Is the guy's name.
Okay.
He's an Irish actor.
And he's going up against Jessica Chastain?
No, and he looks just like Finstock.
Hey, Dennis Miller, if you have to go Wikipedia your joke to get it over, it ain't working.
Looks like Finstock.
Kind of. You got to put a beard on.
right,
All right, let's
Shoesy pants?
I'll take Dinklage.
All right, you take Dinklage.
I'll take 2 for Chastain. I'm in.
Well, look, Miss Movies, by the way, is a huge fan of yours. By the way, does she follow you?
Yeah, she does.
Bobby doesn't need other co-hosts. He should have his own podcast.
Oh, thank you, Miss Movies. Shoot your dress over, you know.
You see now, and now you lost your podcast.
Every time it really sounds like shoot your dress over.
Shut your hole. All right, let's
we
do
got
it.
2 for Chastain.
All right, I'm going Chastain too. Well, give me the other nominees.
The other nominees are Jennifer Lawrence, Manuel Riva, the kid bitch, and Naomi Watts.
Stop it!
I changed my mind on the kid, and I'm going with Chastain.
Okay.
Jessica Chastain's gonna win.
Am I up?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go ahead and say Naomi Watts, based on one thing.
Her leg.
There was a shot in 21 grams where she was laying on the bed.
We're not talking about that.
Wrong
And he
movie.
rolled up this way.
No.
Her nipple
All
circumference.
right, Josh Macuga.
You know, I want to go against the grain simply because me and Finstock, but
No.
she was so freaking good in that movie.
Yeah, it's
The
incredible.
last shot of that movie.
No, the shot that the line when she says, "I'm the and blank that found him," is the best part. It probably maybe in the movies in 2012. That's and that's true because it's said in the book, and she said it, and people verified it.
Did she said on the
Wait,
motherfucker?
can I
Yeah,
another?
that's great.
So when I interviewed her for that movie,
Yeah.
it was. She's just so cool.
She's
like,
super cool.
You talk to her, and she just seems like any girl you'd meet.
By
and
the
then
way,
she's
when
like,
you interview them now, you have to say at the end of it, by the way, come on the podcast.
oh, obviously,
Yeah, okay.
Clearly.
All right. Josh, the intern. You gonna Chastain?
No big surprise, Jessica Chastain.
Okay,
She's got
cool.
it.
Well, no, wait, Josh, stick your face back in there. So, what was it about her performance that stuck with you, besides the fact that you wished it was Christine DeLuca?
Basically, I mean, she is the movie, really.
Yeah.
I mean, from beginning to end, you're with her.
Yeah.
And for her to carry that movie, especially with a movie that kind of structure, she really, I think, brought a lot to it, which was just subtle. It's basically a physical performance, really, because she doesn't have a lot of dialogue.
Right. I agree with you.
I gotta give it to her.
It's a good point. That's why I bring the kid in there. He hits hard. And Riley, who do you got? Just scream it out. Chastain?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Clean sweep for Chastain.
All right, before we get, I want to get to real quick. What we want to do is here we're going to go over Best Actor, just real fast, and then I want to get to a couple of the movies that are coming out this weekend. So because we have some of us have seen Gangster Squad and Zero Dark 30. So let's talk about real quick Best Actor. Before we do that, Bobby Finstock has a story he wants to talk about.
I thought we were gonna tell this one. You're telling this one?
This is the one.
I don't think you've heard this one.
Oh,
all right. Okay. So, all right. Bobby Finstock's gonna tell a story. He's so far he's been on point. What do you got?
This is it. I mean, this one's
out of control.
Good. This one's out of control. This one's like ungoogleable.
This is his 15% lie.
This one's this one is ungoogleable. How can we prove it?
You can prove it through like a couple producers and a couple people I know.
Oh, so I can just call somebody right now?
Yeah, I will
Okay.
give you the numbers.
Right.
So Daniel Day-Lewis, you know his method acting, whatever the case may be. So during the shooting of The Last Mohegans, he went into the woods for about 3 weeks by himself.
That can they find that out?
Yeah, that's definitely
fine.
Googleable.
Okay.
He comes out and like, hey, and his people were like, yo, Daniel, you ain't looking too good, right? And he's like, yeah, I got bit by something. They're like, what was it? They're like, he's like, I think it was like a beaver. And they're like, dude, beavers harbor rabies. And he's like, I don't know. Well, maybe I should go to the doctor. He went to the doctor. There was 2 days. If he didn't go at that exact moment, 2 days later he would have been Cujo style, like not good. Like foaming out of the mouth and like yada yada. Danny Pintaro crying in the background, yada yada yada. so he gets cured from the rabies and stuff like that. Obviously, because they shoot him with this stuff that this guy Louis Pasteur, who is he gave the vaccination of the rabies, but he also saved. Little known fact that he saved the French wine industry, which is very rare as well. So. Everybody who's watching Last of Mohegans, or everybody who sits on it, all these cinephiles.
But how can you say just stop? He just proved us 3 for 3 so far.
Yeah, so listen.
It's hard. It's hard.
I didn't tell him to stop. I'm just
So all these cinephiles who like sit on a Saturday afternoon and watch Daniel Day-Lewis marathons, drinking like their Chateau whatever, they have Louis Pasteur to thank. Because 1, he solved rabies, and 2, he solved the French wine industry. If it wasn't that, what people would be doing was watching Matthew Perry movies, drinking apple cider. So everybody should figure it out.
All right, there's absolutely no way to find out if that's true or not, but we'll believe it because you were 3 for 3.
I know like 2 producers on the show.
Yeah, all right, fine.
I used to do drugs with them back in the early 90s.
All right, that's hysterical. All right, holy shit, balls on wheels. For best actor for me, I actually, as much as I love Daniel Day-Lewis, and I think Joaquin Phoenix was incredible. He's not going to get the win because he shit talked the Academy. I think in an upset that Hugh Jackman is going to win.
No way.
I know.
Jackman?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Couldn't keep. I was like, no.
I know. I listen. There's a very
Our choices are Kitchen Confidential's own Bradley Cooper, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Do you know who co-starred in that?
Bonnie, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Bonnie Somerville.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, Joaquin Phoenix for The Master, and Denzel Washington for Not Training Day. So I think from there, I think it's going to come down to Daniel Day-Lewis.
They don't shut him down. He comes out.
You think Daniel Day-Lewis?
He comes out of the woods
He's
every
been
once
shut
5
down.
years.
He's been shut down with rabies. He's been shut down. Does anybody think besides me that Daniel Day-Lewis won't win? It doesn't look like you. Who do you think?
I think it's possible.
But he's not
going
to
to
happen.
He's playing himself.
I'm not talking.
Let me ask you this question.
I'm not talking about.
Would you award Finstock with something right now? No.
Yeah.
No. You'd like to have him in the party, but
I've been correct a lot.
I'm going to call
today.
upset. I think Joaquin's going to
Yeah. All right. Let's talk real. So is everybody?
Wait, but why do you think Jackman's going to get it over Daniel Day?
I think something's going to happen because what he did. If you watch it, has everyone seen Les Mis? That opening
I
scene.
love that movie.
I really did. I did.
What, Les Mis?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Did you see
What
it?
about Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe was not great in it. I mean, no, that's not true. That's not fair.
Everyone gave him so much
fair.
flack
That's not
for that
fair.
movie, and I don't think he was. I don't think he was bad in it.
And he wasn't bad. And I said that, and I
Russell
caught myself.
Crowe.
No, Russell Crowe was, as in performance-wise, was fantastic. He just doesn't have a great singing voice. He gave it his all.
Yeah.
He tried as hard as he could. He just doesn't have a great singing voice. Like I said, I will get you some cheese. That's just how he sang. So it was
doesn't
like
he have his own band? He has.
What was this?
that's how he sang.
He's like
His body movement going on.
He's like equivalent to Lou Ferrigno when he was the Hulk, when he had to talk every once in a while.
Sometimes in scenes I felt like he would be trying to sing and he's like looking at the other actor being like, this is the best I can do. I'm trying so hard.
Yeah,
Is it good?
So I think he was good.
In the Les Mis form, he has a voice that should be sung in a pub with a bunch of other drunk.
He's not supposed to be.
No.
And
I have a
fit the
voice
character
that likes
me.
to be sung but doesn't like to be heard. So I know what Russell Crowe is going through.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm in a bar drunk and singing,
You feel great. You feel like you're on X
fantastic.
Factor.
I'm killing karaoke. I'm
Right.
doing Soul Decision Faded. But if
Wow, that was a good
Bust a
reference.
move. I can see you
know
doing
that
Bust a
song.
Move really good.
But I'm not saying that Russell Crowe was bad. I'm just saying that he didn't have the voice that the other Broadway actors that did his role before him did.
All right, fair enough.
Josh
Before
Macuga,
I want
everybody.
Josh
Josh
Macuga. All right, hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Sean.
Hey, Sean, what's up, man? What do you got?
I'm doing well. I personally believe that Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the few locks for the Academy Awards. In fact, I think that Lincoln will sweep.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry, shit. I hung up on him. Sorry, Sean. That was an accident.
That's a fact, Sean.
Listen, I think it looks like he's the hands-on
If anyone's
favorite.
going to upset Daniel Day-Lewis,
It could be
it's
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
So it's not going to be Bradley Cooper. That was a pop song nomination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Cooper.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's kind of
it was a handout.
It's a popular.
He was
big
really
budget.
good in the movie. He really.
I'm not taking that away from him.
He really was. All right, I want to take one more call from Schmoeville, then I really want to get into real quick a discussion on the movies that are coming out this weekend. That's all we got? Really?
But what time is it?
It's only 9:50.
Finstock's stories took 22 minutes collectively.
You got someone else coming in afterwards? You can push. All right, let's do that. All right. We'll go a little later today. All right. Hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got? I called it Smellville.
Hey guys, it's Lucas. Sorry I couldn't make it in today.
Hey, what's up, Lucas? What's going on?
Were you supposed to be in studio?
Yeah, Lucas was supposed to come in.
Okay.
Yeah. Lucas, what's up, man? How are you? What do you got?
Well, I think Lewis is going to pull it, but I would like to see an upset. I know they won't give it to him because, he was talking trash the past couple of weeks, but I would like to see Phoenix get it.
It's definitely a performance.
Yeah, thank
worth
you,
it.
Lucas.
Definitely a performance worth it. It's just that pick that's not gonna come.
I think the way the P.T. Anderson shot the movie helped Joaquin Phoenix more or less.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
I love PTA. So
yeah, it's
Paul
true.
Thomas Anderson.
It's true.
Yeah.
He makes actors shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you were in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
This is Max again.
Hey, Max. What's up? What are you laughing at? Wait, hold on one second. Hold on, Max. Hold on one second.
I can't help it.
What?
So for like one moment, he's so serious. He's just so serious, and then I'm like, is he telling? How does he say serious things like that? And then he's talking about washing balls. I just don't get it.
Well,
that's the magic.
That's what happens. Hey, Max, real quick before you, what do you think of Finstock?
Really funny, but I don't know about the stories.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so what do you got, man?
True, but he makes things.
I really think Daniel Day-Lewis should win because that performance was just incredible.
Okay.
But I think people in Hollywood just kind of have a boner for Les Mis, so they're going to give it to Jack.
The thing is, so I don't think they like it as much as you think they do, because I thought that originally too, and I've heard, just conversations around town and stuff too. People aren't jumping on the Les Mis train. It's more.
It's your mom and girlfriend like it.
It's more people are jumping on the Lincoln and me.
Gays don't love it.
Is there something I said that offended you, Tiffany?
Mom and girlfriend like Les Mis.
Thank you for the call.
Who's one of the? He loved that.
I did. I really liked it a lot.
He's married. It's the same category.
Gays don't love this version of Les Mis. They don't.
Really? How do you know? You had John Travolta? You talked to Travolta?
I talked to
Travolta. No, I got a couple of neighbors. I got a couple of people here and there. I'm surrounded by them. They're like, you know what? We didn't love it.
Okay.
You know what? That means Hugh Jackman is not going to win.
All right. Now, listen, they're coming from Bobby Finstock. Who knows?
It's like
true.
All right. Let's look. We got about 6 minutes.
You want to talk about? I want to talk
about these movies. All right. Look, real quick. So the Oscars. Those are the nominations. We're going to do a full. We're going to do really in depth on February 7th with Sean Astin. We'll really get into the categories by category. By everything, every single category, breaking it down for 2 hours. But let's talk about the movies that are coming out this week. And one of them is Gangster Squad. It's the movie directed by what's his face, Josh? Ruben Fleischer. Ruben Fleischer. Thank you. And who did Zombieland and that silly 30 Minutes or Less. And it's look, the movie. If you can look at our review, it's on YouTube.com. Schmoes Know, and if you went into the movie thinking that it was like a LA Confidential or a Untouchables, you're going to be sadly disappointed. Mm-hmm. I think that if you think of it as a summer blockbuster with just a lot of shooting up and blowing up stuff and not really taking anything really serious, then I think you can have a fun time.
So in other words,
if you think it's Dick Tracy, you're going to be okay.
Has everybody seen it here?
Yeah, more or less. Look, it's no, not everyone's seen it, but it's like, don't spoil it, but it's like it's entertaining. It is 100% entertaining. Yeah. You won't be bored with it. You can watch it. Some of the look at one point, it's like it's Sean Penn who is great, but it goes say hello to Santa Claus, and it's like.
Also, if you're worried that Ryan Gosling is going to talk in that high-pitched voice the entire movie,
he doesn't.
He does.
No, not the whole movie.
He does. And he totally does. If a man ever came up to me at a bar and was like,
you know what?
I'm just trying
Tiffany,
to get you
to bed,
I'd be like, what?
I see it too. I think he was totally miscast. In my opinion,
in that role,
I seen it. I think he cheesed the whole movie for me. To be honest with you,
the funny thing is that Ellis thought he was really phoning it in the whole time, and then I talked to Chris Stuckman, and Chris Stuckman did not. He thought that it was a really good performance. So it's going back and forth. It's going back and forth.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, but
that's the key.
The movie, the movie itself. It's the movie itself is
What
fun.
was that movie where they
Cheese
were
fest, in my
moonshining
opinion.
in the hills with Shia, your buddy Shia?
Lawless.
Lawless.
Yeah.
I watched Lawless and
Did you not like it?
Did not like it.
Really? Bored?
Didn't like it
You
that
bored?
much. Yeah, I was bored.
Okay.
And
I enjoyed it.
I figured when I saw the
guy from
preview
Zero
for
Dark-
Gangster
that's the
Squad,
dude from Zero Dark.
because I love gangster movies. I'm Italian. I
Yeah.
love Goodfellas. I love Casino
You're here.
and stuff. I got nothing from the preview of Gangster Squad, and I figured it was just going to be another Lawless.
It looks like a musical to me.
And sitting this close to Macuga, I can tell you he's Italian.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right, we got to head out in a couple of minutes here. So I want to take one more phone call from Schmoeville, 323-622-8623. I'm trying. I haven't seen her number. I've been trying to answer it. But hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, hello, Kristian.
Hey, man, what's up? Who do we got?
Yeah, this is Deepo Amiris.
Hey, man, what's up?
Yeah, you don't need to know my real name.
What's that, Indian name?
Oh.
Anyway, I didn't like Lincoln. I didn't like. I barely liked Zero Dark Thirty.
Oh, shit. Well, we just sorry.
I hung up on him too. Anybody says bad stuff about Zero Dark, I'm like,
yeah. Hey,
like Zero Dark 30 or Lincoln?
No, I hung up on the guy by accident. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Leanne.
Hey, the queen of Photoshop in Schmoeville. Leanne is here. Leanne, so what do you got today? Before I ask that real quick, please, I want to see an incredible Finstock poster by the end of this show.
Put me in something with Rocky, like anything Stallone oriented, and I'm in.
No, it's got to be something. It's something with a villain,
like The Shining.
Something with a villain.
Something
with a villain.
Here's Finstock.
Yeah, maybe. But Leanne, so what do you? What would you like to talk about tonight before we take off?
I'm like right at the very end here. As far as Daniel Day-Lewis winning the Oscar for whatever, and no disrespect to the guy, he's a fabulous actor.
Yeah.
But I get a little annoyed with these people who are they're winning because they're playing somebody else. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Like Ray Charles and
yeah,
Holly.
I want to see an actor get up and just actually act without having to channel.
Channeling somebody is something special.
You say playing someone else, and then there's actors like Julia Roberts who always plays herself, but they would never get nominated.
Leanne, I love you to death, but I got to disagree with you big time on that one because I think that you go through so much research and so much dedication to that role that you have to find out what the man was about.
And you know what, dude? He is fabulous. He really is. One of the best actors of his generation, honestly. But, when you keep seeing the same kind of role winning year over year over year, I mean, think Meryl Streep as the Iron Lady, which is one of the worst movies ever.
Okay, I see where you're going. You're just getting annoyed with people. That's how you win the Oscar. I can understand the frustration there. I can understand the frustration, but I still think that, you have to acknowledge how great the role was. But, Leanne, you got to call back next week so we can talk to you a little longer. We got to take off.
Your posters are awesome.
Your posters are the best. Follow Leanne, by the way, at L.A.Lecouter. She's the best on Photoshop.
I'm staring at your poster now.
Thank you kindly, guys.
All right,
hey, Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for the posters.
Speaking of which, wait, Jeff, don't throw me out. I got to tell everybody. All right, so here we go. So make sure that here's what you do, Schmoeville. Make sure that you follow the Maniac at Bob Finstock. Quick plugs. What do you got? Quick.
Two broke guys at WordPress.com.
Okay.
And, living situations.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll see if I can get to that in a second. At Tiffany's tweets, at Cospan, at Josh Macuga, at Joe RUG23. I always fuck it up.
Also at Bob Finstock.
And then you got Schmoes Intern. You got Reilly around. And real quick, we'll take us out with where are you living right now?
Listen, my girlfriend looked through my phone the other day, right?
Yeah, quick.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah, what happened?
I was like, what do you expect to look through a guy's phone? What do you want to see? Like two babies, like goo and
so
yada yada yada.
She kicked you out.
No, listen, and it's like, when you see nursery rhymes, no, you're gonna see pictures of people's vaginas that not yours, and me posing like Burt Reynolds in Playgirl. You know what I mean? You can look through Jesus' phone and probably find he's gonna hey Abraham, hey Thomas Aquinas, why don't you come over here and check this out? Moses is Moses' wife. She's got a tablet, the Ten Commandments tablet up her ass.
We'll end it with
this. Know what I mean?
We'll end it with this. How long were you with her for?
A bunch of years. Right. Maybe like a 10 spot.
All right, see you later. Schmoes Know Podcast.
This is for another version of stuff.
Get out of here.
I guarantee I can look at Tiffany's phone.
Jeremy
Give me 5 minutes with Tiffany's phone. I'll find it.
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network. Radio worth watching.
Shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold